You know, every time we talk about Day Out with Thomas, we're always focusing on the cursed or maybe more weird things. Which is pretty easy to do, there's a fair amount. But just like you guys voted for in the poll, today I thought it'd be fun to talk about something a little bit more positive. Like we did in a previous installment, today I thought it'd be fun to talk about the bright side of Day Out with Thomas. I may joke a lot and over-exaggerate my reactions to these trains, but a lot of them are actually pretty cool. And as a whole, as much as I choke about them, the Day Out with Thomas events are very close to my heart. As a kid with my family, I would try to go to as many as I could, so they've always been something I've appreciated. And while the previous videos have been funny, and don't take that as me stopping making them, they don't really reflect that as much. So instead of focusing on the, you know, today we'll be taking a look at the bright side of Day Out with Thomas, so let's just go ahead and jump into it. One of, if not my favorite things some of these events do, is focus on other characters that aren't the main cast. And not only is this Trevor exactly that, but it's actually Trevor. He may have a Thomas face, but I think it's the idea that counts. With this Terrence, it's the exact same thing. I was actually gonna put this in the last installment of the dark side, but couldn't really think of anything bad to say. His hairline called Retreat, but that is accurate. I genuinely didn't think it was possible after making this series to find a good-looking Toby. Thank you, East Anglia, this Toby is perfect. His face may be screaming murder, but it looks like Toby while he's doing it, so that's a plus. He even has a tram coach that looks like Henrietta. How can you not feel like Sir Topham Hatt on holiday looking at this? It's a hard tie between the Watercress Line James and the Oigawa Railway James for me, but both are just so phenomenal. Both may be the wrong class and have outside cylinders and yada yada yada. They're both still James and unmistakable. And to do that without the original class, in my eyes, is a huge achievement. I don't care how weird this James is, I adore it. I want to get one of those sack things from the fair and ride down his Tinder like a slide. If we took the face from this Trevor and put it on the one from before, he would be real. He would exist in real life. But just like before, the fact they even cared to make Trevor is plenty enough for me. And this specific event did this a few times, not only with Trevor. Here we can see a lady, which for me is a first. Here we have D261 of all engines, which is also a first. And here we have their Clarabelle, which almost also made it into the dark side. But the face is just too accurate, and the coach is also a brake coach that's adorable. It's just so why is it so small? This was the Thomas I saw as a child. It will always be the Thomas, at least to me. Funny story, as a kid, when I saw this Thomas, I asked one of the people at the event if I could ask him a question, and they just said no. The Strasbourg Thomas may be the one that I know, but I have to show credit where credit is due. The Midhants Railway Thomas is phenomenal. Just like with James, this is the kind of thing where they don't have the original class, but still manage to capture the character perfectly. There are no E2s left, so don't expect that with any Day Out with Thomas. And with that fact in mind, I have to admit they did nail it. Also, quick note, I know it's probably temporary, but these three are living a dream fucking job. I can't say I'm fine with the cowcatcher and pistons on the Strasbourg Thomas and then act like I'm not with this one. This is actually pretty cool. I know there's a lot of rail fans that don't like when engines are turned into Thomas characters, but I would argue this is how you do it if you're gonna do it. It looks the part, was done very well, and probably brought a lot of traffic to that railway temporarily, so I don't see anything wrong with it myself. Some rail fans are just babies, go count some rivets. Another thing I can't help but appreciate is whenever the faces have some sort of personality. And this Thomas and Diesel are packed with it. The Diesel actually looks smug, and Thomas looks cheeky. You don't even need the original class if you just get the character right. Could it be we have two decent Tobys in a single episode? I feel like Toby's face is just the kind of face that screams ill intent no matter what you do, so we're just gonna look past that. Subtracting the face, everything else about this Toby is pretty much spot on. And like I said before, the face is too, it's just Toby always looks like he's trying to hurt somebody. Topham actually got him to be a bodyguard, not an engine. Just like the Oigawa Railway James, this Henry looks nothing like Henry, but is still so charming. I don't know why. I'm just pointing out how cute he is while he's trying to forcibly throw his face off of his front, apparently. I've been asked before why I like the Oigawa Railway so much, and honestly, I just show him this. I can't think of any other event that did or would repaint their Thomas to look like the LBSC Thomas. I just can't see Strasbourg doing something like that. And honestly, thank God they did. I adore that livery. Imagine if we got their James in black. This is not real. I thought it was real too. It's not. It's not. Fairly certain I've talked about this Diesel already too, maybe even in the last episode of this, but come on, this is actually Diesel. And it's really not that hard to make Diesel. All you need is a black 08 or 09 and the face. Or better yet, like I said before, just the face will even do it. Trust me, a little bit of soul and source material goes a long way. No, no, this is the bright side. Don't call them opiate addicts. Don't call them opiate addicts. Look, we could spend hours on the Strasbourg Rusty alone, but let's just be happy he exists in the physical, alright? Little dude came from another dimension just to say what's up, alright? That's awesome. They also somehow managed to carbon copy Percy from the actual TV. How did, what? Just what? The bright side, find something positive to say something nice. Why do we even talk about the Strasbourg Thomas when this exists? I just want to hug him. Okay, something nice, something nice. You all have nice grass. It's the best I can do. Fuck you.
Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.